Hey everybody, it's me, Lynn Renee McDonald for Practical Spirituality Live in Virginia Beach. Okay, so today it was a pretty wild weekend. Just this past weekend was my birthday weekend, and I thought I was going to be doing different things, but universe had different plans for me with what's going on with me and everything. So but one of the things that has been going on is for everybody is what direction do we go in with our careers, with our lives, based on what we ask God for? Where are we going? Right? And if many of you haven't noticed, this whole year has been widely changing, and we've talked about all of this, a lot of this, right? So, that said, I'm doing my sage here as always, right? That said, give me a second here. All right. Whew. All right. And that said, I was talking to Spirit this weekend and Love Energy God. That's what I do. And I was like, basically kind of like I'm at my end. And many of us you will find are. It's just that we're tired. We're worn out. We're like, when the fuck, what the fuck, when is more money coming in? When are we gonna start really noticing in our dreams or what we ask God for to happen from love, what our soul's passion is happening, what we've asked God for, when is that going to be happening, right? And one of the things that I've noticed and they want me to talk to you guys about is these challenges that have really been coming in. So when I say challenges, it has been a lot. They're showing me, and all of us, many of us are going through this, and this is why I'm sharing my experience so you get a better handle and understanding of what's going on metaphysically here with us in Earth World, so we can balance better, understand, and the key here is to go with the flow. Universe is like, roll with it. All right. So what that means is, and this is kind of radical because it's really challenging your belief systems with the energies and the stuff that we're going through. All right. When I say challenging our belief system, here we are, right? Like me, I set up my shopping center. I go all over the country. I travel. I do ticketed events, right? I public speak. I teach people. I do readings, energy work, spirit work, medium work, all my spiritual gifts via my shop, over the phone, online, and I'm doing all this stuff, right? And we're expanding my shopping center, and like all of a sudden it's like universe pulls the rug out from underneath my feet, and I'm like, whoa, all of a sudden all this incredible drive, immense passion, it's like all of a sudden in a moment it's gone. And I'm like, what the fuck, right? All right. So if you haven't noticed, all right, we've all been going in a direction of what we ask God for in our dreams. And while those are a lot of our dreams and what I've asked God for me, and for lots of you, you've all put out your dreams and they start to happen. But we're going through some rough times, all right, with the energy, okay? So, and right now it's designed to slow us down, give the energy of the planet the time to acclimate, as well as we're working on our own stuff. There's lots of stuff out here with universe, other people's stuff. In other words, there's so many different energies that are all playing a part in the big picture of all that is God. So while we're driving down the road thinking we're going in one direction, all of a sudden the road's not in front of us anymore. And it's like, what the fuck? All right. This is what I'm talking about today. Because I just said to Spirit, I'm like, look, man, I know 110% with God or love energy when I'm supposed to be all in, when I'm supposed to be doing all this. I feel it 110%, whatever it is, whether I want a glass of milk or I need to go for a jog, or no, I really do need to start going for a jog. But whenever I'm supposed to be doing something, right, in my soul, okay, like when I say in my soul, whenever I'm supposed to be doing something out here, right, whether it's in my soul metaphysically or out here in Earth World, or it's part of my dreams and my passion, whatever it is, I know 110% if this is what I'm supposed to be doing or not. Because usually, if it's not what I'm supposed to be doing, it's a huge deficit. Now, there's exceptions to every rule, and this is part of those times, okay? Because of the changes, all right? And everything, again, happens in God's time. Because of all the changes that are going on, it's constantly changing, right? So we think we're on one path, and then suddenly we veered off on another. And then suddenly we're back on that path, and then we're going on another path, okay? So, as a love energy being, and navigating these times, this is why I'm doing this YouTube because really it's been like a bitch. And one of the biggest crunches that I've noticed here is money. Not enough funds, all right? So when I say not enough funds, people having money crisis, all of their crap having to do with money is coming up, coming out, or abundance, not having enough. So it's changing the patterns of people spending and what they want to invest in. It's reevaluating our wants, our what we value, what we want to happen, our desires, in the highest form of love. Okay, all this stuff, I don't know what this is. All this stuff is what is going on here. So it's kind of crazy. When I said I don't know what this is, it's like constantly, whenever I do YouTube, I get that crazy interruption stuff. All right, so clear, heal, and change all that for us, God. Now, please, in the best way for us to know or something better. Okay, so this said, with all this, this YouTube here is designed to give you a better scope of what exactly is going on. So all these changes. So there's been money crunches. There's also been all kinds of physical symptoms. And one of the biggest things that you'll be feeling is when you knew before, without a doubt, 110%, you were going down this path, and then all of a sudden, it's like it disappears in a moment. So the next day, one night you're ready, you're up all night writing a book that you're supposed to be writing, and then the next day you wake up and you're like, yeah, I'm not feeling that book. What the fuck? What the fuck? And then I'm like, why aren't I feeling this, right? This is all part of these energies, okay? So that's one way to explain it, as well as the not enough money thing is another thing, right? Not enough money, feeling like you don't have enough, okay? So this is challenging your faith, challenging your ability to create all your God beliefs right now, or God or love energy beliefs of how things work universally with law of love, okay? And law of all that is, okay? And or law of all that is, all right? All right, we're being challenged, all right? We're being challenged, meaning the energy isn't ready. Is it time? It's slowing us down, okay? And so we're like, what the fuck already? We know what we wanted to do, and now here we are. There's a rock in the way. There's a boulder in the way. I don't feel like it anymore. There's money issues coming in, all right? So all of these things are part of the challenges, as well as getting sick through this transformation, twisting your ankles, hurting yourself, just not feeling good, needing extra sleep, not getting enough sleep, okay? These are all part of the things that are going on with all of us, okay? So, but one of the things that universe is guiding me to tell you that is super important in these times to help you get through this, because every day I wake up and I'm thinking I'm supposed to be writing my book, and then, working on my book, and I'm all excited about that. And then like 2 or 3 days, I'm like not feeling it. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I can't continue to keep pushing forward. All right. And write this book, right. Or write, if I don't feel passionate about it. Right. So then all of a sudden I have all these other projects too that I've asked God for. So the next thing is the website for my products for the Copper Dragon, right? So we're supposed to be doing this website, and we're supposed to be moving forward with that. And one day I'm really excited. I get stoked out. We're working on it. And then the next day it's gone. Like my passion for it is gone, right? And normally, prior to all of this whole entire year, right up until most recently, all right, in the last few months, and especially right now, this fall, during this fall cycle, and I'm like sitting in there, I'm getting in that space with spirit. I'm like, all right, well, what is the correlation here between the fall cycle? Okay, so this is endings of the old, new beginnings, all right? So this is about moving forward into the new you, but you have to finish up the stuff from the past, and therefore it's slowing you down. So you have all of this energy from all this clearing with the changes on the planet, the changes going on in you, the changes out here, the people slowing down with their process, love energy, or what I call, when I say love energy, all that is love energy, the collective consciousness, okay? All of this is playing a role in here, as well as your personal work. And then we're navigating so many different things within this with these energies, therefore, and also God's time. All these things have to come together together for God's time to happen for you. When it is God's time is when everything comes together and happens for you, me, everybody, at whatever time that is. What I call God's time is with the time that is best for all, okay? All right, so this is all the stuff that we're going through right now. So again, I talked about knowing stuff 110%. So same thing with my flyers. I put together some flyers. All of a sudden I'm doing all this animal stuff and I feel all the energy, right? Animals and pet events, helping people with their pets, doing readings, helping them connect, showing them the past lives that they have, as well as any medical or behavioral issues, as well as helping them with end-of-life services, right? And I'll probably talk about that more in other YouTubes, but these are all the directions Spirit's leading me into, right? Books, websites, teaching people even more. I mean, so different directions. They're raising the bar because we asked God for that. However, okay, there's a process of doing this, and we are in that process right now. And everything, all the pieces of the puzzle have to come together for it to be God's time for us to be able to move forward and things to work. This is all what we're going through right now. Okay, so I noticed that I've been super frustrated because I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, if anybody is passionate and knows what their soul came in here to do and knows all this stuff, I'm like, fucking A. I'm like, it's me, right? And then I'm like, you know what? I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, never in my life before was I like questioning or didn't have that 110% drive, that passion, right? And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me? And then universe says, so what do? I do what I teach. I'm like, okay, God, let me bring it to source, because all of us are fucking going through every single teeny piece of all of this that I'm talking about, okay? Every single person, the whole entire planet, all that is going through on here, we're all going through this, all of this, astrologically, spiritually, mentally, physically, out here in Earth world and in all ways, okay? So the biggest thing universe tells me right now is always work with God, which is what we do. We're love energy. Talk to that love energy 24/7 as much as possible. This is what I do and teach. This is how I got you the answers, because so many people coming to me, they don't know what the fuck is going on. Why haven't we done this yet? Why isn't this together? How come I'm going so slow? And just the other day, one of my associates walks in, she goes, I woke up in the morning and there was a slug on my wall. And I'm like, talk about slowing shit down. If that ain't a message from universe, I don't know what is, right? So it's more validation in Earth world that everything's like slowed. It's almost like we're, how they have hyper speed? Well, it's almost like we're hyper slow because everything it's kind of like, think of water running. It's trying to find, it's all falling through the cracks and going where it needs to go, and everything has to come together. All right. For everything to work in the healthiest, best way from love for all, and where we're really going to all rocket forward. Now, we're all moving forward at different levels in different times, all right? This is how the grand design is with love energy. There's constant change, constant renewal, constant new life, exiting, changes, all of this good stuff, new beginnings and endings, all right? Nothing is bad, nothing is unwell unless you believe it is, okay? This is just part of the process. And to get through this, what universe is telling me is to go with the flow. Work with love energy, talk to spirit, just like how I came up with these answers. Here's what's going on, they're saying to me. We're not feeling good. Some of us are overeating. We're eating constantly to deal with our emotional shit. And then we're walking around and we're feeling like all of a sudden we're thinking about things that we haven't thought about. Like my sister came to me and she's like, oh, I had some kind of weird thought shit come out of me. She goes, I thought I was going to twist my ankle and break my ankle and have surgery. And then I started to freak out about it, right? And she said that to me. And then she said another thing where she's like, and then I'm freaking out about bankruptcy, and I think I'm going to go bankrupt, or we're going to go bankrupt, and I'm freaking out about it. And I said, stop. I said, this is your soul releasing this stuff. All right. You haven't thought about this in a while. It's coming out of you. Some stuff will be really strong and prominent. Other stuff will be triggered by other people as well. You'll talk to somebody and then all of a sudden you'll be like, you'll notice that their shit brought out some kind of other shit in you, which is just stuff that it behooves you to clear, okay? This is all part of these transformations and changes so that you can understand you better and what is going on and what you're going through so you can navigate and you don't think that you're fucking going crazy. But if you do, you ask source. You can always talk to me and I'll ask source. I don't care, whatever you want to do, but always from love, speak to universe so you can get all the best solutions, gifts, tools, love, energy, magic that behooves you to have to help you get through these difficult times for this fall. Okay. And then in like a week or so, I think it's on Halloween, Mercury retrograde is kicking in. So, it's going to intensify with a Scorpio edge. Everyone talks about Scorpio being dark, and, nothing is as dark as you will, unless you allow it to be. Okay. Scorpio can be a beautiful and amazing energy. To me being a cusp baby, half Libra, half Scorpio in my sun sign. Okay. So that cusp baby gives me two feet of my table, basically my table. And we'll talk about astrology and do more of those kinds of videos in the future because there's so much to learn. All right. But me having half Scorpio, okay, I can tell you firsthand, okay, understanding Scorpio energy, it doesn't have to be dark. All we have to do is work with spirit, universe, and everything can be love. Everything. Okay. It's all in the way you see, feel, hear, do, and believe. Primarily how you believe and work with love energy that is God, because that is the ability to change, create, and do anything and everything. So when people say, oh, there's dark shit in everybody, yeah, you fucking clear it out and you move the fuck on and you don't wallow in the unwellness of it, all right? So with this Mercury retrograde being influenced heavily by Scorpio, does not have to be a bad thing. Scorpio is also a very powerful and very intuitive sign, so you'll be able to intuit things before they happen. So if you're driving to the airport and you feel like your fucking plane is going to be late, note it and log it, and no shit, you're probably going to be late, right? So you create it to be different before you even get there. Thanks God for my plane not being late. Thanks for me making it where I got to go on time. So this is gifts from the universe on how to work with this information when you get it and how to deal with the Scorpio energy in this new retrograde that's coming October 31st, okay? I believe it's October 31st of this year. Okay. So all these things said, here's some more sage advice. The universe is telling me to tell you, go with the flow. So today, if I feel like working on my book and I feel like at 110%, I fucking do it. And I do it till I don't feel it anymore. So tomorrow morning at noon or tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., I may be like, oh, I don't feel like doing this anymore. You stop, you put it down. And then what do you feel like doing next? You feel the next cue from universe and your soul. You don't know, you ask God. What do I do now, Spirit? Or all of a sudden you'll feel like 110%, whether it's writing your book or they'll be like, oh, start working or work on your website some more. And I feel that 110%. So I'm working on the website, right? And you'll know if what you're doing is in alignment because it will flow. As soon as you're meant to stop, you won't feel that 110%, oh, got to do this maddening passion, right? For what you want to do. But you also will feel that when you're supposed to do it, and you won't if you're not supposed to be doing it. And that's the difference between flow and not flow, as well as by what's happening in your environment. Like me doing the website, right? So I call up, I'm all gung-ho on the website, and then the guy says to me, it's going to be like $5,000. And I'm like, yeah, that doesn't feel right. As soon as it doesn't feel right, that's my cue from universe. Yep, it's time to wait. Okay. Not because I don't want to pay $5,000 for my website. I have no problem with that. But because I'm feeling like he's digging into my pocket and I'm feeling like he's gorging me. When that happens, I'm like, yeah, that's not cool. That's my magical gifts of love energy that is God that is telling me the truth of what's going on here. So what do? I take it to source. Clear, heal, change all that in me that would do that to me, do that to others. Is this in me? Creates and manifests this in my reality. Thank you, God, for that for me. And boom. So it is gone, right? But also, this is designed to let you know if it's in the flow, like they told me a while back when I asked for a quote. They said, oh, we have a special. You get the website for $3,000. Well, now it's almost $2,000 more. Yeah, that doesn't feel good to me. So something's up. That's the universe saying it's not time. So I don't even worry about it. I pray, clear, heal, and change this and create what I want to happen. And thank you, God, for that for me. And then I move on. So I move on to the next thing. Same thing with my flyers. I'm feeling it. I'm getting my flyers out for my pet services, right? My face painting services or our face painting services, our pet services, right? We're doing all this stuff. We get the flyers together. We design the flyers. We're feeling it 110%. And then 2 or 3 days goes by. And then all of a sudden, I'm not feeling it. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I put it aside. This is what universe is guiding me to tell you, to give you the best sagest advice to get through these times. Otherwise, you'll drive yourself fucking crazy. Because I'm like, well, what the hell? I'm supposed to be doing this, and then I'm supposed to be doing this, and I'm not getting anything done, and I'm making myself crazy. It's part of the getting done energy as well as the slow down, because the rest of the planet has to catch up with where you're at before it is ready for the services, the gifts, the tools, the new you, the new love energy magic that you're here to share with the world. It it's going to be no good if you put it out there before it's time, because nobody's going to get what you have to teach. Nobody's going to be able to jump on the board of your success, and you're not going to be able to jump on that success train if nobody understands you or if they're behind you, okay? So the world is catching up. It's the end of the spiritual year as well. We just started with the holiday season. The end of the year, all right, is all the finishings and endings and time to move forward. So all of this stuff, all right, is given to you as gift of universe, and you're experiencing this stuff in your reality. And I'm using my experience, my sister's experience, all of our experiences to share with you so you can understand. So you go with the flow, what you feel in your heart in the moment. And this is also, again, why the now is so important, especially in these times. You go with the now, you move forward, you get it done, you flow. If the now stops, then you stop, okay? You move on to the next thing, and you feel. You don't know, you work with God, you work with love. This is how you're going to get through this rough ass time. Because otherwise, like in the past, I've so driven. That's that Scorpio crazy wild energy, that Scorpio drive, that I'm going to get this done. Boom, 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 boom. It's part of what makes a Scorpio in a positive space really, really super successful. Okay. They can be. All right. But if I'm not feeling that drive, I can't bring the whole entire project to fruition. But that's because it's not supposed to be coming to fruition. But yet I'm still working on it, and I'm working on 5 or 6 other different things that universe has guided me to, that I've asked God for prior to this and throughout this year. And everything's coming together for the new me, the new life, the new success. But here is how you're going to balance and handle everything in Earth world. Be wise. Bring everything to source. Go with the flow. Just like if you need to take a business loan. We were talking about this the other day. A business loan from over here felt good. A business loan from over here doesn't feel good. So you go with the one that feels good. You don't know which one that is? Ask source to show you, because it will also be evident in your reality. Just like I talked about those flyers before, we were trying to put out the flyers. We go ahead with the flyers. We design the flyers. We get the flyers out a few days. We do events to get those particular pet flyers out. And then all of a sudden, we're trying in the next couple weeks, we're trying to get the flyers out, and the day doesn't come together, and nobody goes and puts them out, and it just doesn't happen again, and we don't have the time again. There's universe showing you, stop with this. Put this back up on the shelf, work on something over here. Do you say? So all of this stuff that I'm telling you now is stuff designed to help you get through these difficult times throughout the end of the year. New year, new beginnings again. Okay, so new stuff is going to manifest, and it doesn't mean that you're stuck in a hard place and you're not going to move forward. The energy, it's funny because it lets up in some ways, and then it changes over here and it moves over here. It's like you get one release and go into another. And this, again, the retrograde energy is coming in as well. So it's going to be a different kind of squeeze. But it's nice because you get relief from this squeeze over here. You get a different kind of squeeze, and then it's more tolerable, more easy to handle. And always, if you go with the flow and work with source or love energy that is God, it's going to be that much more easier to navigate these rough waters in these times, because the next 2 to 3 years is going to be pretty wild, right? And you're setting up that foundation for your dreams, okay? And you ask God or universe or love energy for this, whether it's have a baby, have a family, be the greatest husband, wife, have the best family, have the best life, home business, work at the school, whatever your dreams are, whatever it is, okay? All right, you put it together, you ask source for it. Now, here's some tips and tools and guidance from love energy that is in the highest form of love for you to make it through these rough times and be able to be happy, right? And if you're not, ask God that you are. Ask God that it flows. Ask God to get the stuff done. Because even though I'm doing bits and pieces all along and I'm getting frustrated because it's not coming together, ask to be free of that frustration. Ask that it does come together. You understand the process. You get it. And it gets complete in the best time from love for you. And that money and everything that you need keeps flowing in. So you're not getting stuck in the challenge and the unwellness and in the craziness of the unwellness in our souls that stops us. All right. So let's be free of that now too, please, God. And thank you for that for us in our souls and all we are, be, say, do, and create and all that it is. So you're getting a lot of clearing in this video. You're getting a lot of gifts and tools in practical earth world. Again, practical spirituality live. So share our shit to help people and ourselves, right? We help each other, right? And we help ourselves from love, right? Because we're all part of that same love energy that is God. Okay. So you got some great tips and tools to make things happen in practical earth world, always working with spirit or love energy that is God. Magnificent stuff. Guidance. This will last you throughout the end of of the year, I'll be doing more YouTubes on guidance with spirit and how to handle all this stuff. All right, but know this, all these bits and pieces you're putting together in the end will come together, and all your dreams will happen from love if you so do what we teach here and work with love. The more you do, the more greater the life you have, the more your dreams are going to happen. And the more you go with this flow, the less challenging it will be. And thank you, God, for that for us. Okay, so any questions you guys have, you know where to find me this weekend. I will be at the Karma Fest, I think, in Patuxent, Maryland, I think it is, or it's in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. You can Google that. All right, I'll be there on Saturday, and I will be on Pittsburgh on Sunday, flying home again on Monday morning to Virginia Beach to my shopping center. All right, so I think that's everything for now. I hope to see you. Any questions, just ask. You can call me, text me, ask spirit, ask love. The more you work with love, the greater the outcome. And if you don't know how to ask and you're having an issue, text me. We'll help you. All right. Thank you. Many blessings. It's what we do. Love you guys. All right. Have a great night.